Приветствую всех, у нас Хогвартс, мы продолжаем проходить. Давайте посмотрим задание. Тут бегло просто разгадки разгадывал. Вроде допетил до некоторых, покажу потом. Так, что у нас тут? Погоди, какая шапка еще? Я, погоди, не понял. Самурайская какая-то ручка. Пускай будет самурайская. Шапка. Ага. 23, это покруче. Но надо исправить ее на красивую. Что-нибудь типа вот такого дамского берета. А вот такой. Оу. А такой. Мне вот это больше нравится. Ну-ка, это что за... А, это колпак. Лучше вот так. Так, у нас там задание-то. Надо идти. Книги. Я не хочу отказаться. Где его искать? Задание. Сходите к нему. А куда сходить-то, блин? Это вообще не тут. Где у нас там этот дедок-то был? Почему на карте не показывает? Что за глюки-то опять? Начинает подбешивать иногда это. Вот тут по карте побегал, посмотрел, что там, где там. О, дали какую-то ништячную штуку. Инвентарь. Не, снарягу давай. А что дали-то? Я что-то проморгался. Ну ладно. Так. Где у нас этот сидел? Почему, говорит, хотите отказаться? Я не пойму. Что за фигня? Карта. Ну вот, на карте. Где тут у нас задание? Секретные комнаты. Большой зал. Нет, не здесь. А где у нас сидит этот мужик-то? Профессор. Вот сюда, что ли? Я уже запутался. Тут не прохожу, бегаю просто по карте. Ладно, люлей не получил ни от кого. Уже плюс большой. Прокачал он пару-тройку уровней. Но качается долго, капец. Тут игры не знаю сколько часов геймплея. Вроде здесь ведь, да? Или нет? Было. Да, вон тут у нас все. Мистер Фиг.
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. You have a visitor. I'll see what I can find out.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
Расскажи ему все.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section, as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look.
Что за книга-то? С какими-то картинками. С надписями.
Oh dear. Some of these pages seem to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us. Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful, though it may take some time. I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive. Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second memory?
In the second, they were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps Perhaps this book will explain. I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
Какой Джордж? Я что-то не помню нифига.
What will you tell them about Mr. Osric's death?
I don't know how much I
Osric.
dare say. George tried to convince the ministry about Ranrock, but to no avail. My instinct is to follow the path we are on for the moment and keep the details to ourselves until we know more.
Понятно.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't neglect your studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep me occupied while you're gone.
You've done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return. Oh, and don't neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
Книги и невзгоды. Вычитал в интернете, надо идти по сюжетке. Тогда будет прокачка. Так тут не прокачивается, как оказалось. Я просто про Хогвартс мало что знаю. Вот. Опять там что-то сова прислала нам. Друзья пишут, настало время показать, что стоишь на дуэлях. Как знать, может... Ага, Люкан. Жду тебя в Нижнем Хогвартсе, входи поскорее, хочу поговорить. Ага. Так, давай-ка сначала на дуэли. Нет, пойдем сначала на травологию. Надо научиться готовить, сажать травочку и не в том плане, в каком вы подумали траву, а в плане магическую, хотя она тоже магическая бывает. Да? И это он тут. Будем потом сами себе все изготавливать. Да я понял, что она хочет встретиться, он сейчас вообще не до нее, блин. Чего вы ко мне пристали? Карта мира это где? Южный Хогвартс. И чё? Какой деревушке она хочет встретиться, я не пойму. Ну вот тут, ну ладно, понял я. Не мешайте, нам учиться надо.
Good morning, Professor Garlick. How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here, you'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacula than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears.
Это который цветок орет, что ли?
Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
Да. Господи.
Quickly, place your mandrake in the new pot and pat down the soil.
Все. Успокоилась. А полить не надо?
The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket. Put putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone.
Шикарные занятия. Были бы мне такие в школе,
Now for our next
технареи в
task,
институте,
we'll
было
be
бы классно.
planting Dittany at our potting
Но
table.
таких у меня не
You
было.
can all get started. I need to have... I want
Что там,
to-
поболтать
Best time to
хотел?
plant a seed is last season. The second best
хотел.
time.
I should think Professor Garlick would be more careful with his
Чё-то
mandrake.
не более не болтают.
Yes, Professor?
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting Dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful! A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. It wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Круто, у нас свой стол, где мы будем что-то высаживать.
I do wonder about Professor Fig. He's hardly ever in his classroom. Most strange.
Стол для горшков. Бадьян, давай. Отлично. Через 9 минут 57 секунд. А, тут тучка сама появляется. Это круто.
Well done! Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Так, куда туда?
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you.
Пойдем поищем
Leander.
капусту эту.
I'll be showing nice work in Defense Against the
Вон
Dark
там
Arts,
она.
by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with
Капустка.
Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh,
Here we are. Home of the Chinese... Go. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it. And they'll do the rest.
Я что-то там по пути спер. Ну ладно. Что-то такое. Отлично. Атакуйте манекен с помощью китайской капусты. Это как? Твою мать.
Look at that. They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on.
Что за капуста
Mum
сумасшедшая?
planted some in the
Сюда.
garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save them from gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but, well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Куда пропала эта капуста, Была веселая капустка. Со временем она исчезает. Так, это мы тоже наберем, пускай будет. Что тут еще можно стырить? Я люблю в играх что-нибудь тырить. Чё не вырос?
I tended to the Chinese jumping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Занятия по травологии. Хорошо. Подруга, ты же здесь. 5 минут. В этого лучше, наверное, не стрелять. Хотя... Так. Что у нас там появилось-то? Она еще за капустой вернуться. Все пешком ходят, мы будем телепортироваться. Я не собираюсь тут бегать. Так, что здесь? А, не туда все идут. Ну, давай пойдем туда. Изучать все. Тут что-то все злые ходят. Элеонора недовольная что-то.
Shouldn't there be auras or someone from the ministry guarding the school after the...
Professor Black would never allow it.
Давайте начнем.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wigan-Weld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wigan-Weld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin.
Please begin. Стол дадите? Ага.
Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous. I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippin's, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time round.
Капусту что тебе бросить?
Don't fret if you run out of ingredients. I simply grow most of what I need.
Так нам-то что делать?
My Wiggenweld potions.
My parents considered Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during...
Fine job brewing your first Wiggenweld potion. But there are many potions
Соберите мех, соберите мех. Ну, у меня это вообще есть, интересно, или нет? Инвентарь. Мех дворняги есть. Яйца есть. Ну и чё? Палку новую подогнали. Это я насобирал. Не там смотрю, короче. Я ж собрал. Куда идти-то? А, к нему, в кабинет. А где у него кабинет? Здесь, что ли?
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
Yes, but why does that matter to you?
Brilliant! And it matters because you can be a part of something truly creative. You remember me, don't you? Gareth Weasley.
Ah, yes, we met in the common room.
Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Подговорил нас украсть. У меня яйца-то есть, зачем я собирал их опять у него в кабинете?
Remember, precision is key when brewing potions.
Here's the Fwooper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you! This is going to take a moment to
Еще
brew.
как рванет тут
You
все
should get back
нахрен.
to brewing your Edurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Так, а я пойду к себе варить.
Efficiency and potions are two things that cannot be rushed. Have patience
Так,
and be thorough.
вот у нас теперь яичко, мешок, мех. Готовится все само.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and... That's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to... Ah!
Я же сказал, рванет.
Dragon's Dog! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own.
I brewed an Edurus potion, as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Professor.
You will not earn favor with me by failing to take responsibility for your actions. I suggest you heed my warning. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical, given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all.
Так, а где котел-то ставить? Давайте их наварим. Одна бутылка, блин, так долго. Пускай будут хпшки, чинилка. Че нет-то? Другие пока не умею. Не купил. Денег нет. Листья бадьяна, нужен бадьян. Да у меня полно этих всяких. Так, а как то пройти-то, ё-моё? Мы отсюда же заходили. Или опять я не туда пошел, блин. Траблмейкер, ё-моё. Сейчас опять не туда уйду. Вот не судьба было мне вот карту нажать, да, и поставить маркер. Нет, ведь я пошел вообще не в ту сторону, на самом деле. Мне нужно вот сюда забрать бадьян, а я бегу в другую сторону, потому что там показывает маркер задание деревушки. Беда. Там в каком кабинете-то у нас было? Заперто. Бадьяшка, ты где? Значит, в другом. Разрешите, пропустите. Ага. А где он? Привет. Чё стоишь, скучаешь? Ясно, все еще растет. Давайте с вами поговорим. Не хуже болтать. Какая вредная. Чайки там все попивает. Так, ладно. А где у нас это задание-то? Карта Хоксмида. Карта мира. О, ребят, сюда мы пойдем другой раз, наверное, да? На этом все. Всем спасибо. Это был Хогвартс. Услышимся, увидимся. Пока-пока.